Hello, my honey.
Hi.
We're in our final stop of our European 3-month tour, and we're in the city of Niš.
Niš in Serbia.
Not Niš, France, Niš in Serbia. And Niš is a very historical place. So please come along and go on our adventure with us.
Absolutely.
We found a restaurant because we were really hungry in this little cobble street. Found a table. It's a Sunday afternoon. So let's see what we can get. So our food took a long time to come, but it looks so good. Mine is a makalika stew. We got the bread. It's pork and peppers and what's yours, my honey?
Mine is bean and sausage.
Bean and sausage.
Yeah.
And this is a great restaurant so far. So very popular. That's why it took so long to come. But it's amazing.
Nice bread, so,
yeah, lovely bread as well. Cindy and I can't believe how busy this place is for a Monday morning. So you would think this was a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning.
Yeah, I don't think people work in this town. It's Monday morning and it's packed.
And the one thing in Serbia is that people smoke inside the restaurants as well. So we are not smokers, so that does affect our choice of venue quite a bit.
So inside, outside,
everywhere.
So it's a little bit difficult for us.
So we're in Niš on a Monday morning, and the first thing we learned this morning after catching a bus about a kilometer was that all the major sites are
closed on a Monday.
So thank goodness we're here till about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
So we've got tomorrow to rush around and see all the main sites.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see the main sites of Niš, most of them are probably going to come at the end of the video. So remember, watch the whole video to get the main sites. The one in front of us is called Tinker's Alley, and it's an old street but new. It's full of restaurants and that. See everybody out here having breakfast. And do you want a coffee somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's find somewhere nice.
So this is a really nice old. Probably it's got a lovely vibe. This place.
Yeah,
Eh? Right in next to the Tinker's Alley. There's a plaque here to Stephen Schremak. He was a writer.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we're not quite sure if the statue that's opposite that is actually of him. But if you do know, let us know in the comments, because we could be wrong.
But it does seem to have papers on the table, so maybe it is. What a beautiful... go and stand there, Marnie. Go and look at them. Go and sit there. Yeah. Sit at the chair.
There you go.
There we go. That's very cool.
I found my favorite thing. And what is that?
A shopping mall.
There's not many of them around these days when we've been traveling, but there's a big one here, hey? Hint, hint.
What's your favorite thing about going home? Is that you get to go to
I get to shop without you.
Yeah. Cindy can't wait to go to a food shop or just to a mall.
And I'm going to be gone for hours. I'm just pre-warning you when we get home.
Because we're a little bit, we've only got the one phone, and also she's not very good with directions, so I'm always worried she's going to get lost.
You won't leave me alone to go into the shops, so I can't just browse.
Well, I do. I stand there, but you... This is one of the main walking streets here in Niš. And we're just going to wander down. There's a famous square at the end of it. Maybe have a cup of coffee along the way. We're going to sit here in the walking street and watch the people coming by. Cindy's favorite thing, other than shopping, and have a good cup of coffee to wake us up this morning.
Yeah, well, we need it. We're feeling a little bit.
What happened to us? We climbed on a bus.
Oh, this is it. Yeah. So we in Belgrade, we said the buses are all free. So we're not quite sure in Niš how it works. So we climbed on the bus thinking we could pay the bus guy.
And we were going to see the sights.
And the bus, there's no one taking money anywhere. So we literally went on for nothing, because then we jumped off a couple of stops later.
Yeah, but we didn't ride for
and
too far.
And we're still not quite sure how it operates, so we're going to have to do some research. How do you pay for the buses?
Yeah, no one really helped us. And then also all the sites we were going to, as we said earlier on, we were catching this bus a little bit out of town. It turns out all the sites are closed for today. So it's a bit of a slow start to the morning.
I was so worried we were going to be followed for not paying on the bus.
Cindy's always the nervous one.
But there was no one collecting money, so what do you do?
So I got my cappuccino. Cindy's having to order hot water. They brought her Americano as an espresso.
Yeah,
so.
they didn't quite know an Americano.
Yeah.
So I've got an espresso and a big cup, because I said big cup.
Yeah. Cindy got her wish. We're going to go and look in the shopping mall. We're not shopping.
Well, we don't know. If we see something, we might.
Here it is. We could be anywhere in the world, eh? Right now, yeah. The Woman's Secret. Elevate. This could literally be anywhere in the world. I'm not going to show too much of this because I don't want to encourage Cindy. This is King Milan Square, and that's a statue of the liberators. So let's go and have a look at that. I think it's got to do with the battles in 1915 and World War I to liberate Niš.
I like the around the bottom there.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Done.
Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, here's the date, 1915. Don't know what it says in Serbian, but look at that. Very powerful, the images. So Cindy and I are having quite a funny experience. We're trying to take a few photos. Just of Nish. I don't know if they're used to too many
foreigners here.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but it seems there are tourists here. But everywhere we're stopping to take photos, they all stop and stare at us, and the old people come and walk right close to us.
Do we really look? Do we stick out that
I
much?
think it's Cindy. I think she looks dodgy.
No, it's your hair.
Yeah, so there's some lovely gardens around here, lots of shops, eh? Lots of restaurants, eh?
Yeah, you won't be short of coffee shops and restaurants in this town.
And casinos.
And casinos.
There's slot places everywhere.
So obviously gambling's quite a thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them around.
Let's make our way down to the castle.
Yeah.
So behind us is the memorial to Constantine the Great.
Yeah, he was born in Niš in 272 or 273 AD.
Yeah, and it was a Roman city then called Nisus. And he is the one who changed the whole Roman Empire to accept Christianity as an equal religion.
Okay.
So he legalized Christianity, and it was no longer persecuted and all of that in the Roman Empire. And he also founded Constantinople,
which is now Istanbul.
Which is now Istanbul, and moved the capital of Rome to Constantinople.
And didn't you say we can actually visit his place of birth here?
Yeah, not today because it's closed. We're going to go and visit it tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. So I'm very excited about it. So, but can you believe? So this is where Constantine the Great was born. Here ahead of us is a bridge that crosses the Nisava. The Nisava, I assume, is a tributary of the Sava, which flows through Belgrade. So, but along here, there's all restaurants and everything. The wind's picking up again.
Yeah, it is. But I was also noticing the water's quite clean in this river.
Okay. But all through Europe, it's been pretty good, eh?
Yeah. No, it's been very good, actually.
Yeah.
I've been quite impressed.
Up ahead is the entrance to the fortress or the castle. Ahead of us is the Nish Fortress, but yeah, we got a young guy playing his electric guitar. And this is the Stambol Gate, and the Nish Fortress was built by the Romans, Byzantiums, Serbs and Turks, and it's probably one of the best preserved fortresses in the Middle Balkans. So look at that, that's amazing. Look, wait for me, my honey, Cindy's off on her own. This is the Stambol Gate, and here's another tourist information. They're very, very helpful. They've been really helpful to us today. And a beautiful old gate. They say in its final this form, it's probably was the last people to renovate it were the Turks. Eh? Yeah. Just inside the gate, there's a jazz museum, and it's preserved in
an old Turkish bath,
which is behind Cindy there.
15th century.
Pity it's not working. We keep on wanting to go to one again.
We went to one before in Prague. I loved it. It was
in Budapest we went to.
It was 11th century.
Yeah, that was amazing,
cool.
Hey?
Yeah.
Well, let's just go and stick our heads in. Maybe they'll let us have a look. Look at this. I like this old car, though. Here it is from the other angle. This is the old Turkish Haman. Well, it would have been cool to get inside there, but everything's it looks like even the jazz museum's closed on a Monday. Everything's closed on a Monday. One of the things we found so far in Serbia, the entrance to their fortresses
are free.
Yeah.
And there's lots of stuff going on inside the fortress.
Yeah, there always is, and you've got to pay for the little things to go into the certain different things, but generally it's free, eh?
Yeah, that's great.
And this is the old arsenal behind Cindy here. It looks like it's an art museum as well. here at the fortress seems to be a huge big theatre, outdoor theatre, hey?
Yeah, it looks lovely.
It looks lovely.
Yeah.
It doesn't look ancient, so it's definitely not a Greek.
Maybe it was a fortress. I mean, a
theatre
back in the day.
Yeah, it might have been an old Roman theatre, but it doesn't look like it anymore.
No.
This is what's called the blacksmith shop. It's in fact the old powder magazine that was built in about 1723, and then became the blacksmith shop. Looks like we're going to go in. Can you go in? Is it?
It's full of rubbish.
Yeah, no, we're not going to go in there. Just rubbish. Let's see this one. Is it also full of rubbish? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to go in there. Sorry, guys.
You never know what might jump out.
Yeah, we've had that happen.
Yeah, I'm not taking any chances.
Near the street is this vaulted complex here.
Yeah.
Also ancient. It's Roman probably. And there's 4 houses here. It looks like. I'm going to wander across here, and let's see if I can get here. There doesn't seem to be any barriers. There seems to be a pathway. So this is the ancient, and I'm going to try and get in. Let's just have a look. Hopefully it's not too full of rubbish or whatever, and I'm going to go in here. Oh, this is cool. Come on.
Okay, I'm not going in there. You go in there. I don't want something flying out at me.
Come down a little
A little bit. I'm not going all the way in. You tell me what it's like.
Oh, wow. You've got to come down here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's nothing that's going to jump out at me.
You've got to show the roof as well.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on.
Yeesh. Oh, God.
This is very cool.
Okay.
We're in an ancient Roman. So I'm literally touching ancient Roman stones and...
So there's not so much rubbish in this one.
No.
But what about snakes?
Yeah, it might be, but... Come on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, come. This is a vaulted room. You've got to come and have a look at this. This is amazing.
You can see I'm just carefully walking here.
An ancient Roman vaulted room.
It is very cool. Wow. This is very ancient.
Yeah, this is... You don't get to do this every day. Usually they're closed off.
Okay, we're not going to stay here too long.
Okay.
There we go. You've seen it. Okay.
I'm happy.
Okay, that's it.
Right here in the Fortress Park is a display of some of the most ancient monuments found in Serbia. And I'm just going to take you along. These were carved like before Christ. So it doesn't give an explanation of each one, but there's some amazing, amazing ones. Let's go and find some. So I think these ones now, with Cindy in front of me, are gravestones. Now look at, you can see the husband and wife and the kids.
You can see the detail still.
Yeah, look at that, the husband and wife and the kids. There's 3 people up there. Sure, that one's amazing. Probably a husband and a wife.
And there's a kid in the middle.
Oh, and a little kid. And look at there's still the writing. And then some stupid person writes their name there. Sorry, my pet hate graffiti. You'll find lots of it in Serbia. And then just look at that. Incredible, eh, Manny?
Sure. I just love how the detail is still there after so long.
Look at this one with the fruit and it's just left here in the park.
Yeah, if this was anywhere in Western Europe, it'd probably have big barricades around it protecting it.
Yeah, it's just there lying around the park. Amongst all the Roman ruins, we suddenly come across an old mosque.
Yeah, it's the only preserved mosque out of 10 that were erected.
Yeah, so this was around the early 1500s.
Yeah.
1521 it's first mentioned. Let's go and see if we can get inside. Yeah, sadly, you can't go in. It's all locked. It looks like it does PowerPoint presentations inside. Yeah. But here's some of the old vaults from the outside. Still very cool. Yeah, this is Byzantium Street.
From the 5th to the 6th century, and it seems to be one of the main streets in the fortress.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see it. Should we go wander down the Byzantium Street? Go wander down the Byzantium Street.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, Mahani, you're going down to an ancient Byzantium street.
Amazing, eh?
Yeah.
Not every day you can do that.
Yeah. We did walk ancient Roman streets under the city in Sofia, though.
Ooh.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Oh, it was a lizard. I think it was a lizard.
You gave me a fright as well. When Cindy goes, ooh, I think snakes. And there's Nishville. Yeah, just come here. I'm just taking a photo of her.
I don't think this is the main exit.
Yeah, well, let's just go and have a look.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's explore. Come, go down. Just be careful. I don't know what exit this is, but it's cool.
It's not cool.
This is.
I don't think it's cool.
Come on, let's a quick go. Otherwise, we just will showing people nothing.
I'm going quickly. I'm getting out of here.
This is.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Why?
I don't know. It just does.
Okay. Where does it come out?
To a basketball court. I knew you were taking me out the wrong exit.
Oh, wow. Look, this is an ancient basketball court.
It's not ancient.
Well, it's under the castle walls.
Yeah,
Look at
they
the
used to
castle
play
walls.
basketball back in those days.
How
eh?
cool is this? There's a basketball court. Basketball is so popular in Serbia. And I think the most famous player, the best player in the world right now is a Serbian. As we're wandering around the castle, there comes a horse and cart with some little kids. Hey, how cool is that? Hello. Just under the castle walls is an area there, the castle walls over there, is an area called the Green Market. There's clothes, there's very local market. Cindy and I love these markets. So if you look like that, undercover here, oh, this is great. We love this, and there's the castle walls there. Hey, how nice is this?
Lovely. I'm going to get some strawberries here.
Yeah, get some fruit. Remember, you can't get too many. There's some lovely chili powder that same as probably that we bought in North Macedonia. And Cindy's getting some potatoes. We've got some strawberries already and some peppers. And just look at I love all the fresh produce and the people's, just watching the people. It's fantastic. You've even got plants here that you can buy to beautify your house. These old ladies. Oh, this is cool. All the different nuts and seasoning. Oh, there's olives. You want some olives? Hey?
If you need to go to the toilet, some prunes for you.
There's some, all the fruit. Oh, this is great. Yeah, today we're getting lunch from the local bakery. Cindy got some pizza, I got some of the pie. So there's the pie, I got the cheese one, and I got a bit of a hot dog. So we're going to have a picnic in the castle grounds. So we're having a picnic today, right under the castle walls. Look at this beautiful area. We're having a picnic, hey? This is lovely, eh?
Yeah.
Just under the castle wind. Not every day you have a picnic under the castle walls.
Under a fortress, yeah.
And what did you get?
I got a pizza slice.
Okay, so what did I get?
You got a... What did you get? A banitsa?
I got the pie. The pie.
I keep calling it banitsa, but
Yeah, just show the people what it looks like.
Yeah.
We say pie, it means something very different.
Yeah, it's a cheese one.
So they call that pie. So you get a piece of pie. And it's all, oh wow, I got two pieces.
But I find it very oily. But
yeah, it is very oily, but it's filling.
It's a big breakfast thing here.
Yeah.
They eat it a lot. And you got a hot dog too.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I got the hot dog, because I thought you gave me one piece, and then there's two pieces there. Yeah, and it's quite cheap, eh?
Yeah, so all of that was 420 dinar.
Yeah.
Which is very
cheap. Enjoy. So Cindy was saying this is the first bank that hasn't charged fees, the Health Bank. So that's quite a good thing to know if you're needing to draw money in Serbia, Health Bank. Ahead of us here is the Orthodox Cathedral, also known as the Holy Trinity Cathedral. And
it was built between 1856 and 1872.
Okay. Gee, it's quite large, eh?
Yeah.
See if we can get inside. Look at that, quite pretty. Wow. Here are the grounds, and there's a statue, or probably a patriarch, and then yeah. Lead us in an intrepid one. Wow, look at this. Look at this, so beautifully decorated. Let's move forward a little bit. Wow, look at all the paintings. You can see them very clearly behind me here. Look at that. Look at that, guys. That's one of the ceilings. Wow. Hey, impressive, hey?
Beautiful paintings.
And then look up here. I'm just going to go straight up. There we go. There's Christ. Right up top there. We are very chuffed with our apartment, eh?
Yeah, they're in Nish.
In Nish, yeah. So let me turn on some lights. Yeah, there's some lights.
Lovely and spacious. I think it's about 40 square meters.
Yeah, so we this is a nice apartment.
This is luxury for us.
Yeah, this is luxury. So we got a dining room table, guys. We got a little bit of a kitchen, and I better show you our bathroom. It's down this way. So there's our bathroom, and our shower's behind that door. And I got a happy wife, happy life. And we got a veranda. Show everybody our veranda.
Well, we can look at the neighbors across the way.
But still, at least I love it. Just love being able to sit outside. And we got trees.
Well, you could actually sit here
and hide behind the trees. And then here's our bedroom, and there's Cindy's single bed, and there's my double bed.
At least when you turn in the night,
she doesn't go flipping off the And we got a TV in the bedroom and a TV in the lounge.
And it cost us 86 euros for 2 nights.
Okay, well, that's great. Good. Yeah.
For what we got.
So this is our last new town on our trip.
On our 3-month trip.
Yeah.
In Europe.
We start heading for home after this.
Yeah.
Here we are this morning, my honey. And we at a concentration camp here in Nish.
Yeah.
That held the Jews during World War II. And this is just at the entrance. This is a memorial to thank, I think it's the Russians, it looks like, who liberated Nish from the Nazis. So, should we go in?
Yeah, let's go and see.
So here's the entrance to the camp. And my honey, you said it was an old military barracks before it was a camp. And Cindy's got some information she'll give us as we go along.
Interesting fact. What differentiates this Nazi camp from other ones is that on February 12th, 1942, the inmates in here organized the first mass escape of prisoners in occupied Europe. A total of 105 managed to flee from the camp in that day.
Oh, wow, hey?
Sure.
Jeez. Yeah, I've never been in a concentration camp. So we've been, I suppose we have in Cambodia. The killing fields were similar, but it's...
I've been also a long time ago to Dachau in Munich. In Germany, I think near Munich, yeah.
Okay. Quite an eerie feeling, hey?
It's got a very eerie feeling.
Yeah. There's no one around. Maybe that's a bit of an office there. Hey, my honey, we got tickets for
so you can buy a set of tickets for 4 different main sites here: the concentration camp, the Skull Tower,
the National Museum, Skull Tower, and where Constantine was born.
So that's 1,200 dinar.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the day.
If you buy it individually, it's about 300 to 500 each.
Yeah. So this is the buildings. It was the kitchen, the meeting room, offices. But now you can't go in here anymore because these are all offices here. But you are allowed into the main building. Here's the entrance into the main building. Wow, look at that. The camp was called the Red Cross concentration camp because of its proximity to the Red Cross train depot. Eh?
Yeah.
And it housed resistance fighters and imprisoned Jews. These are the names of all the guys who escaped the camp when that big prison break Cindy was telling you about. So here's all the guys. You said how many died in the prison escape? 42.
42 of the 105 actually died.
Jeez.
After escaping.
Wow. So if you've never been to Nish, you don't know how cold it can get. Even it's summer now and it's still cold. And this is where they slept on straw. During the winters and everything, no central heating, nothing. So this is literally where the prisoners slept. Wow. Here's some of the writings from the prisoners on the actual walls. As Cindy said, you can't believe men and women and children and people suffered here, and now it's just a tourist attraction, But to remember, If we forget our history, we're doomed to repeat it. Here is a mosaic just showing the suffering at the camp. Sure, very powerful. This is the list of all the people in the camp, but you were saying, Mahoney?
Yeah, the Germans burned the documentation, so I don't think this is a...
The list is incomplete.
Yeah, it's incomplete.
So, Jews who were killed here were shot at Mount Bujani, boys and men over the age of 14, and the women were taken to Belgrade and killed in gas chambers. The last shooting of Jews was in February 1943. They felt they had resolved the Jewish question, as they put it. These bow ties belonged to many of the Jewish men who were shot at Nish. They were ordered to take them off just before they were executed. The key thing is to always remember that these were people, not just faces, people who had lives, hopes, dreams, families. At the top of the building, in the eaves, is cells. So, other prisoners were held here. Look at these cells. I think there's an open one at the end there, man. Jeez. Look at that, eh?
Like isolation.
Oh well. You got one little hole here. Yeah. Maybe that wasn't even here, I don't think. I think that's new. Yeah. The evil of man. What you got something?
Yeah, no, I was just reading this. We got a little pamphlet here. It was Serbs, Romanians, and Jews that were kept in here. And it's actually one of the few fully preserved fascist camps in Europe today.
Sure. Scary, eh? We were just saying we can't believe people did this.
That could actually do this. It's like incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible. Here are the guard towers and the walls. There's two preserved guard towers still, it seems like. Yeah, as we're getting towards the end of the tour, it's just, sorry if we've been a bit down as a downer here, but it is quite an emotional thing. And last time I probably felt like this was in Cambodia, at the killing fields. So am I gorgeous?
I can't say I enjoyed that.
No.
I'm glad it's done now. It is something you've got to see if you're here. But yeah, it's just not a nice thing to see.
Yeah, it's just they did it really well though. And,
yes.
And they've kept it original, so nothing's overdone, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of information there you can read.
And in English as well.
Yeah, very informative.
Yeah, so yeah, I do really recommend.
Good to come and see.
Yeah. So we're at Mediana, which is the ruins of a Roman house, where it is said Constantine the Great, who founded the Constantinople, who allowed Christianity into as the major religion of the Roman Empire, and it said this is where he was born.
Let's go and see.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, you've been very excited to see this. You know all the history. No, I don't really, but let's go and see it.
Yeah, so these ruins are a residential complex. It's not sure whether Constantine was in fact born here, but it was in use when he was here. And in fact, it was eventually destroyed in 400 AD by the Huns or something. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the complex, and you can see a lot of ruins. We're not going to show you all the ruins, but it is really cool. If we see anything really interesting, I'll show you again, because I'm sure you guys are getting tired of Roman ruins. We're not. This might be our last Roman ruins for a long... Oh, there. Cindy's showing a mosaic. A very cool mosaic. Yeah, there's a really beautiful mosaic right there. That's amazing. There is a little museum here, and this is banquet room A, and there's the museum's built above it, and really beautiful. Let's have a look. Oh, look at this. Incredible. So all these statues were found here at
The head of Venus.
Mediana. She doesn't look so pretty at the moment, but yeah, these were all found here. Hey, my honey, how often does this happen? No one is here.
There was a whole busload just now, and now it's emptied out.
This is so cool. This is what Cindy and I dream about. I feel like running down, going woo. Here we are at Skull Tower, which was.
Do you want me to give you the history?
No, I've got the history. I'll remember it. So Skull Tower was built by the Ottomans in the 1800s. Of skulls of rebels from the first Serbian uprising that had basically committed suicide once they knew they were going to lose the battle, and blew up the powder magazine where they were, together with the Ottomans that were coming at them. And the governor, the Ottoman governor at the time, ordered that a tower be constructed using the skulls of the Serbian guys who blew themselves up. Yeah, so it's quite a powerful monument here. Okay, where do we go in? Yeah, we'll probably have to walk around the building.
See, these are the tickets. These are the tickets you get, which you can go to all 4 of the sites.
Yeah, we're not going to go to the museum.
Yeah, but we've done all
the other 3. Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely incredible. So this tower, so each of these indentations held skulls. So these ones left here are the remaining ones. So all these, see, a lot of people died. Look at that. See all the indentations, eh?
Yeah.
So they all would have held skulls, and the tower went up as well.
This is just part of what's left.
Yeah, and then these are only a few of the skulls that are left. It's insane.
It's crazy to think those were people.
Yeah.
Living, walking people. There they are. That was under his command.
Sure, look at that, guys. And then all these other ones are empty here. You were saying, Mani?
He was the leader of the
uprising. Yeah, Stephen Sinjelik. So that's according to law. That's his skull.
Law, L-O-R-E?
It's like word of mouth. Yeah,
so
people don't. They presume it is. Yeah. So the Ottomans probably did this as a warning to the Serbs not to rise up, because this is what would happen to you. But the Serbs did get their independence a few decades later. Jeez. So we're probably having our final picnic in Europe for this trip.
Yep.
And what are we having?
And we're having something completely different.
Yeah, what are we having?
Well, not completely different.
Yeah, we're still having sandwiches.
Instead of our usual cheese and tomato and tuna,
we're celebrating
chicken
and mayo. Well done. And where are we having it? We're having it in this lovely park, and right next to the Skull Tower that we've just been into. So we're having our last coffee in Serbia, and I'd just like to thank Yusuf. Yusuf, thank you so much for blessing us with some coffee through the Buy Me a Coffee app. So guys, if you would like to buy Cindy and I a coffee, a wine, or a beer, just look for the link to the Buy Me a Coffee app. It's in the description below. And again, Yusuf, thank you so much. And yeah, and also just guys, we're ending off here in Niš in Serbia, and we just hope you liked the video. It's been really interesting for us. We ask you to like, subscribe, to share, to comment, because those things all help us. And then also have an amazing day, and God bless.